Well, the markets are continuing to react to the release of the trade news from last week, end of last week, as President Trump was over in China to visit with President Xi Jinping. And I'm going over now the closing market summary with Cory Bratland of agmarket.net. Corey, what do we see going on in the grains today?
Hey Riley, yeah, grain markets after the big up yesterday. After China and the U.S. have kind of agreed to that China's looking to buy upwards of an additional $17 billion of U.S. agriculture goods. Grains were kind of choppy today and kind of ended up kind of a typical turnaround Tuesday. Corn, down 1 to 2 cents. Beans were kind of mixed on the day, with the front month maybe down a half a cent to a penny, and the deferreds actually up a penny or two. So pretty quiet. I think the market is just looking for some new news to digest after we kind of digested, got a lot of our rally or our sell off back from last Friday, Thursday and Friday. We got a lot of that back yesterday, so it's kind of nice to have a kind of a quiet day here today.
I know a big focus outside of the geopolitical side of the news has been the weather here, especially in the western part of the United States. Have we seen conditions get any better there? Or are they still dealing with a lot of that dryness?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some relief as far as the dryness in pockets. There are definitely still some areas that need some more rain. When you look at the extended weather forecast, we do look like it's going to warm up. At least where I'm at up here in South Dakota, we were on the drier side. We caught a little shot of rain, probably half inch in here. But our big thing right now is the cooler temps that us up here in the north have been having. We are though when you look at the forecast here out to forecast out to June 1. We are looking to be, starting to get above normal temperatures along with some pretty good precip. So all in all, I think this crop, Riley, is planted, going to be looking off to a pretty good start. And I think that's what the market is really starting to struggle with here now is, hey, we're sitting pretty good far as crop growth. The emergence had a nice week of gain here as far as catching up. We're still ahead of the 5-year average as far as planting and the emergence pace. So we warm up here later this week and get some more rain in the next 2 weeks. I think this crop's going to be off to a very good start.
And then marketing wise, I know that down in South America, they've got a bit of a price advantage, especially Brazil corn is looking at a price advantage to the US. So for farmers who are looking to market their grain right now, what kind of strategy would you encourage them to use? I know it can be a little tricky to decide when to sell at this time of year.
It is, typically when we're planting the crop is seasonally speaking a very good time to be selling. So, we like to use a kind of a combination of some cash sales along with, there's some good options out there. Some, you can establish a floor while keeping that upside still wide open. But, when we're talking December corn futures, this $4.95 to $5 level, and we got November soybeans up around $12. These are some good levels that we think most guys should have at least a percentage of their crop protected with, at least have that floor established underneath of them.
All right, Corey. And then on the livestock side of things, how do cattle and hogs trade today?
Cattle finally got a little strength here back. Cattle up around about $1. Feeder cattle up 3.5 to $4, all in all. So yesterday was kind of a big disappointment. China renewed their licenses to for several packing plants in the U.S. So I give the live cattle a nice boost yesterday. All to see it kind of get taken away at the end of the day. Now we seem to like maybe we're starting to stabilize here just a touch. Lean hogs on the day ended up were kind of two-sided. They did end up down 60, 70 points here on the day, but I think they're starting to kind of grind out and find a bottom in here in the very near term.
All right, Corey, lots of great information today. For anybody who would like to get in touch with agmarket.net for more marketing information, how can they do that?
Yeah, head on over to our website, Riley, which is agmarket.net, and there's a lot of places to get a hold of us there.
Thanks again for the time as always, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thanks, Riley.